NCRP Productions presents Catalyst Game Labs, Shadowrun, 6th edition, Season 3, Episode 11.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Sunday in the Shadows. Today we're playing Shadowrun 6th edition. My name's David, I'm going to be your game master, as always here. And we're going to go around the table, introduce our players and our characters. And we're going to start with Jelly.
Hi, this is Sequoia, and I'm running Jelly, the elven face of the group.
Hey everybody, this is Pedro. I'm running Hot Hands, the Hermetic Mage.
Hi, it's Barry. I am running MF, the Dwarven Adept.
Hello, my name is Roberto. I play Patrick Baker, the Street Samurai.
Hi, this is Josh. I'm playing Covert Ops Specialist Nomad.
All right. So last week we left off. You guys had gone into the Shasta National Forest and confronted a quote-unquote unruly mage that was living in a lodge or performing some type of ritual in the lodge there, and were able to knock him unconscious and then fend off one of his free spirits. You know, one of his summoned spirits became a free spirit and decided to stick around and combat you guys.
That's right.
I mean, at the end of that, you guys heard laughter coming from somewhere, and you heard clapping, and that's where we begin.
Did we just knock the shaman out, or
Yes.
did we coup de grace him?
No.
He's
Knocked him
unconscious.
out. He is unconscious, yes.
So
Patrick
that's
went
good,
in.
because it's somebody that we can finally interrogate and
Yeah.
maybe get an answer.
Because Patrick was told to go in there and break his arms and his legs.
Oh, that's what it
Yeah.
was.
Patrick went in and basically bear hugged him to death, and he
Yeah,
passed out.
right,
Yeah.
crushed him.
Right.
So did anything happen to the barrier when the shot?
You guys blew a large hole in the barrier.
I mean,
with
when he
the
went
grenade.
unconscious.
So you know from Hot Hands' investigations that the barrier was a dual-natured barrier. You see that there's a large 5.5 meter hole in the side of the lodge.
But it didn't collapse when he went down.
It did not collapse when he went down.
So it's either maintained by somebody else, or we don't know how the spell
Like a
works.
focus, maybe.
Yeah.
And the laughter, does it play over our cobstem? Because not everyone's in there. So do we still hear it if we're outside?
Well, what I've got Patrick inside the lodge.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Jelly about 20 meters outside the lodge with Hot Hands.
Yes.
I've got Nomad up on the ridge. I would say that Nomad probably did not hear the
I do
laughter.
have my enhanced hearing turned up.
And as
to try
always,
to see,
all of our
try to detect
systems
what's
are
going
open.
on in there. I can hear like 50 times.
All right, give me a perception test, and
Well,
I'll see if you hear it.
consider additionally that we always have our speaker on. You know,
Right, but it doesn't allow. It doesn't. Not everything carries over.
Right, I was going to say it may not be amplified enough.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to give him a roll and see. And your threshold's 3.
4.
Okay, you got 4. So you heard the laughter as well.
Now I got to ask because I have a
Where's
pretty
MF?
good
Is
idea.
MF
what it
in
is.
the lodge? I believe MF is
MF's in the lodge.
In the
oh,
lodge
yeah.
with
And he got his
Patrick.
ass kicked in the lodge.
Okay.
Does Nomad, from his knowledge and memories, does he have an ability to know that laughter in game, not out of game? Okay.
Laughter's laughter.
You heard laughter. Yeah.
Oh no, it's not. Oh no.
I
No.
mean,
Out of
unless-
game,
is it
I know
special
exactly
laughter
who it
of some
was.
sort.
It's
I know, but
special
is
laughter.
it like haunting laughter or
What's
like
the nature
echoing
of the
laughter,
laughter? Is it
or is it
mocking?
like
It was more maniacal.
yeah? Okay.
Maniacal, you say?
Yeah.
So
you heard laughter.
What,
right?
you
And
know,
heard
what I would
clapping.
like to do is, hearing that, I want to try to reposition lower on to where I can see through the hole better, but actually not go straight into the dome.
Okay. So you're going to start moving.
So yeah, I'm gonna move, but quietly and slowly,
How far?
like towards, you know, I'm gonna try to maybe get a lower spot on the slope from the ridge to where I'm not just looking at the bare entrance of the hole. You know?
What was so? What did we said? It was a half mile down. Was it a half mile?
I believe that is.
Yeah. So
That's a long way.
So what
down.
distance are you going to go?
I mean, I'm just gonna go until I can see what's going on, sort of inside the hole. Like if I'm high on the ridge, I want to try to get low enough to be able to see.
Well, it's only a
through.
5.5 foot tall hole. So, and it's a 60-yard long.
Well, it doesn't seem like I'm gonna be doing much.
You're gonna have to get
from up
pretty
here.
low to see all the way in, you know. But you know, you're probably gonna need to get, you're gonna need to get.
What's the slope of the ridge?
Yeah, what's the slope? Slope is what, Barry? I forget the
What
word.
is-
Y times
Y
Y
is
squared.
NX over B?
Is it?
Well,
is
if you're looking at distances, yeah, it's Pythagorean. But what you're talking about is the slope is basically going to be up and over how much it's going. That slope is a percentage going up.
Right.
It's going to be. I would think that he's going to be
You're gonna be almost ground
Let's
level.
just say
Yeah,
that
he's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
be heading
sideways
towards the
down.
entrance of
Okay.
the dome without making a whole lot of noise.
Okay, give me a stealth.
If he wants to look into the dome, he is going to have to be at 5 feet from
5.5,
ground level.
okay,
Otherwise, no matter what, he's at some angle.
Okay, yeah.
I'd like to say over the comms what's going on in there.
Where's the laughter originating from?
Yeah, do we actually know
So
that?
MF and Patrick, you heard it, the laughter outside the dome.
That's what I thought you had said.
Jelly, you heard it somewhere in this grove of trees. You heard it kind of echo through the grove.
Okay.
Oh.
and it was loud enough to where
It was from outside the dome? The laughter was from outside the dome? Is that what you just said? I'm sorry.
you with your amplified hearing. It's hard for you to tell, but where they're at, the difference between being inside and being outside is more obvious.
Okay. And then
You just heard it. It's down there somewhere.
So then what I would have said is Nomad, do you see anything? And then I would have looked around myself.
Yeah, I was under the
But I'm
impression
not
it was
going to
coming
leave.
from inside.
I thought that too. But I'm not going to leave Hot Hands' body.
Because you care about
Jelly, inside is shaman down, is ent is gone, but is sound, is laughter and claps.
Is the shaman still alive?
I check. I'll go over and make a medicine roll.
Okay.
Or biotech, excuse me.
And when Jelly comes over the
As
comms,
always,
I will
doing
stop
games.
and see if I can take a look around from here and see anything.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception test.
5! I think I know what religion he is just by touching him. No, 6. I have 6 successes. Damn it, is he alive?
Patrick's just gonna kind of look
What
around,
type?
look at the skull.
Yeah, what?
Look at the skull.
Well, yeah, that's going to be my next question, but let's start with 6
Yeah.
medicine.
Okay. 6 medicine. The
Biotech.
biotech. He is alive.
Okay.
He's breathing.
Is alive,
He's
is
unconscious.
breathe, is not good. It is like hot hands go out. Now the next question for me is it a skull or is it a cut off dragon's head? Does it have skin and
It is a
putrefying
skull.
eyes and okay?
It is a
it's
skull.
white bone
The skin has been maybe removed.
or eaten off or who knows
eaten
what,
off,
but
something.
it's a skull. Okay.
Skull. It's a skeletal. All right. So what did you get?
So I got 4, and I do have thermographics if it helps
Okay.
at all.
You don't see anything with your thermographics. Jelly, you feel a hand on your shoulder. With a
So
voice.
what is next move?
The voice says, "When is a friend only a friend? Could he be as much a friend as much as an enemy needs a friend, or needs more an enemy?"
I'm gonna turn around and whip out my bow staff, and I'm gonna turn to see who's touching me.
You look and you don't see anything.
There's something down here that I can't see.
I'm coming up empty from up here.
I'm gonna look up from the shaman. Look out. Can I see Jelly from the direction I'm looking?
Sure.
Okay. Do I see something behind her?
Because
Because it would have
you
to
do
be
not.
taller and wider.
You do not see anything behind her. Or saying
Is nothing behind you.
Patrick's gonna run outside and put down his mage goggles.
And Patrick, come.
you don't feel the hand on your shoulder, but you hear the voice. Is he friend or foe? He's big for sure. Could he be friend? Could he be foe? Could he be made a friend? Or would a foe be better?
We're all friends here.
Jelly, are you okay?
Stand down, Patrick. Where are you?
You don't get a response.
My nose bleeds some more.
Yes, you're stable, I believe, right? You're
Yeah.
stabilized, yes.
It's just
You're
like I'm
unconscious,
fucked
yeah.
up mentally.
Yeah, you got blasted.
I'm still kind of circling and looking, and I'm gonna say, MF, keep a pin down on the magician. What are they called in this game?
Mages.
Keep the mage down.
He's probably it's shaman. But yes, keep down, keep unconscious, keep dead. How
I didn't break his limbs like you asked me to.
he's probably not important to break.
MF, I need you to make a perception test.
He's probably not. He's no conscious. If you can get restraints from Nomad, I put on maybe helps.
The mage cuffs. We did get those, didn't we?
Yeah.
Ooh, mage cuffs.
We did.
Did you guys buy mage? Look on your sheet.
I'm sorry.
Wait.
I'm thinking liar's dice. I have a whole bunch of
Nomad,
ones.
Mystic
What?
Armor.
What?
I don't have
What am I rolling?
Did you glitch?
Oh.
No.
You're rolling perception.
There's one.
So more than half are ones. you
No, they're
glitched.
not.
Oh,
There's
okay.
just I
No,
saw
we
a
have
bunch
the
of like,
major armor.
oh, I got 6
We do
sixes.
not
Wait, no, I didn't.
have
I have 2 successes.
We didn't get to use our mage armor.
So you hear inside the tent.
The
Alright.
60-foot lodge. Okay.
In the lodge, yeah, not the tent. I don't know why I'm saying the
Okay.
tent. The lodge. You hear weeping for a second, and then a chuckle, and then a little bit more weeping, and then
Is someone in here? Is maybe a small child or is strange? Is weep and giggle? Is insane person?
you hear shh.
Now I'm listening. Like I'm focused. I got my hand on the mage, but I am now scanning. I have the mage goggles on if that matters.
Oh, forgot you have the mage goggles on, right?
Yeah.
So
But I will do a serious scan rather than just a quick look.
let me just look up these mage goggles here.
Yep.
Now I'm not gonna. So you guys have got to determine, since you say you're all wearing mage goggles, which I don't have a problem with. You guys are all wearing mage goggles, but are they on or off?
Someone took theirs off.
I took mine
No, no.
off.
Are they turned on or off?
Mine
They're
are
not
on. That's the
Okay.
whole
Yeah.
run down the
Okay.
mountain was they were on.
Someone,
Because
So
I was
took
looking
mine
for
off.
what was
Everybody
going on
else,
in the
as far
lodge.
as I know,
And I
has
just
them.
turned
just
mine
do-
on when I went out to go see Jelly.
So at this point in time, they're all on.
So everyone's wearing mage goggles and they're all on. Okay. So that's going to give you some benefits. It's also going to give you some negatives.
Right. Definitely.
I just want to look
in
at this
definition
real
of
quick.
Sight.
Can't
Meaning what
give
you
you
can see
mine.
by defined. We're not going to see sharp corners. We're not necessarily going to see quality of color changes, that kind of stuff.
Okay, so Mage Sight goggles don't give you astral perception.
Oh, I thought they did. All right.
So I'm going to read the Mage Sight goggles.
Yeah.
These heavy goggles are connected to a myarmic rope wrapped around a fiber optic cable that ends in an optical lens. It allows mages to get line of sight on a target, like to see around a corner.
Shit.
Motherfucker! Oh, that's
We're
misleading.
So the rope can be either 10, 20, or 30 meters. Well, I didn't choose these things, right?
No, that's
No,
so
that's
funny.
hard.
You're
That's
like,
so
I'm buying 5
funny,
cents of Mage
though.
Sight goggles.
That's 100%.
Dave, we
I
paid a
love
lot
it.
of money. Can we just have the ones we wanted, please?
that'd be pretty powerful. No, you know. But, yeah.
I don't think there is that, but I just
No.
went with it. I just went with it because
Yeah.
you guys said it, right?
Yeah, I
Because
just
we have-
Patrick does.
That's
Patrick
funny
has
shit.
his on.
All right, so
It's just a
So you
little
just
like
think this little rope that, you know.
that's why it's that's why
That's
it
why it was
fucked
so
up
tough coming down the
because we
hill.
just because we
But it
thought
allows
they
a
were
mage
mage.
to gain line of sight where you wouldn't otherwise have it, because
Take
the
off
rope
my
comes at a
fucking
10,
goggles
20, or
and
30
roll them
meters
into
length.
Everybody thought that we were. That's well, no, Dave. That explains why everybody made it down the hill because we were just seeing the real
Right,
world.
right.
Everybody thought.
Come on, let me look at these things, right?
Yeah, we probably should have
Yeah,
started there.
So something
funny.
to think about.
I'm probably gonna give you your money back, you know.
So
That's
something-
If we didn't pay for nothing.
funny.
So
That's
what I-
funny.
So something
It
to
sounds
think about
cool.
for the
No,
background
the tree
for the game.
materialized. Yeah.
One of the biggest things in the game is that melding of science and magic, and it has not been successful in almost anything. So the fact that these were there, I mean, I went along with the fact that we talked about it, so I assumed that they were there. But if you think about it, the ability to see into the astral has to have a life, and the seer has to have life. So the fact that you could put it into a goggle that would allow you to mechanically, basically digitally see astral, that's something they've been trying to do since the 2050s.
So
That's on
nobody
you two
is-
for not checking us.
We're
we
not
three,
checking it.
we three don't
If
know
we're
Shadowrun.
wearing mage goggles, they're just normal goggles for us. They don't do anything.
Correct.
So
You know what's-
yes, we're all wearing mage goggles, and they are on.
Yeah,
Right.
what's
I
up?
love it.
Patrick is
I
fully
think it's
convinced.
brilliant.
Yeah.
He's fully convinced.
I think it's totally
Everybody can see perfectly fine. Just they're seeing through a
brilliant.
little.
So with that in mind, Dave, I am still looking around the room, and I get no benefit from astral, but I am still at the point when that's going on. MF is definitely going to be scanning the room slowly to see what he can see, because this is not comfortable. I'm the only one in the lodge.
So how are you perceiving?
The only way I can through my eyes. Remember, I don't.
you don't have
I
astral
see it.
perception,
The
right?
only astral perception in the
So-
group is hot hands.
you guys could always wake me up
You
with a
don't
sim
see
pack.
Okay.
In like back in the old days, they
Or
had
if you
these
wait
like,
an hour, I can.
fiber optic networks of glass that just went through buildings so that security mages could like look through them
And they can
cast
target
through
things
them.
inside.
Heck,
Yes.
all you needed was line of sight, unless it's a
Yeah.
mana-based spell. You
You know
Yeah.
what really sucks too is when
Anyway,
the minute Dave said that and read
figuring-
that, I was like, "Oh shit!" I remember looking at that when I started and made my
And the fact
character.
that the only character who didn't have them is our mage.
It's really funny because you guys said that everyone had them, and it didn't really dawn on me last time. Like,
As
well,
we were
everyone's
running
wearing
down
them.
the
I'm
hill.
like, okay.
Cause you
Yeah.
got them for us,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I had nothing to do with it. That's
So that
perfect.
sounds good. I'll take the Mage Goggles number 9 special with
And
extra sauce.
I got one for
She's like,
everyone
yeah, so
but
you
the
can
mage.
see spirits.
Everyone's-
Everyone's like, yeah, you'll see.
That's
spirits.
all right, so here's
Everyone's
the
got a
thing
set
I
of
gotta
Mage Sight
ask.
goggles.
Why didn't the clerk go? So everyone in your group's a mage?
No, we just need 4 copies. We just need 5
She just
pairs.
wanted to
You know,
make this
I
She
Weird.
wanted to make the sale, and she's just a part-time employee, you know, minimum wage.
She's an AI. She's
It was
like,
an AI.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
He was an AI.
Yeah.
Shit.
I was wondering.
All right, all right.
You don't see anything, MF, but you feel like there's something else in here with you.
Actually, is no one in sight, but I have feeling. Hairs on back of head, stand up. Is something in here?
Gank the mage, secure the skull. Patrick, go get that out of there. I'm calling.
I want to be clear. Is gank?
Shoot the mage
Yes.
in the head, preferably, and then I want to shoot
Yes.
the flare gun.
So I'm gonna take out my gun, but I'm still looking around because I can take out my gun without looking at my gun.
Yeah, so you're going to take out your gun.
Uh-huh.
Patrick's gonna
I'm
move
taking
towards
out
the skull.
my gun.
Break it.
How far do you think you can throw it? A voice says in your head. That's me. I'm not actually unconscious. I just want you guys to think that. It's more fun than the reality.
I need you to make MF. I need you to make a
Hold on, folks. We're going to take a quick break. Go ahead and get your popcorn, your soda, and please subscribe to our Patreon. Or else we're going to have to sacrifice Roberto to the elder gods.
Notice we said Roberto and not...
I'm sorry, you signed the contract. Good news! The elder gods only want a foot!
I can live with that.
2 feet.
Who needs 2 feet?
I can run the peg leg.
You probably could. That's real.
Okay, so you're going to make your willpower plus intuition.
I have none.
Okay, so you take 9 boxes of stun, and something rips into your body.
Oh my.
Right, I shoot
And when you say the word rips into my body, what am I feeling?
You feel a magical effect.
Okay,
You've been hit by a spell, yeah.
Stun damage, right?
Yeah.
Stun damage. So you take 9 boxes of stun. Are you conscious?
Yes.
You had no stun damage prior.
I go up to... Yes, and I go up to 11.
Isn't your stun damage the smaller box?
I'm
It is.
sorry.
It is.
Hang on.
Not physical, it's stun.
I have 1 left.
So...
No, I appreciate that. I was putting it on the physical.
Yeah, but-
I don't want it on the physical.
Yeah, because your stun condition modifier should be different than your physical modifier. Actually, no, it should be the same, I believe. Let's see. Your physical condition modifier is body divided by 2, rounded up, plus 8 boxes. Oh, stun modifier is willpower divided by 2, rounded up, plus 8 boxes.
Yep, so I have 10, and
Okay.
I took 9.
So you got not 1 left. All right, cool.
So
All right.
I am going to say, Jelly, I draw a gun, and something hit me.
You were hit by some kind of spell.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, pretty, you know.
And so, Christian, do I still kill? Because I've got the gun out.
Right.
Yes.
Shoot.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me initiative.
Everyone?
No, this is just inside the tent here.
24.
Okay, so what do you do?
Shoot.
You
She
pull
told
your-
me to
alright,
shoot.
okay.
Each told me to shoot.
Okay.
Shoot.
So you're going to shoot the body?
Yeah, I'm going to shoot basically to kill at the head.
Okay, all right.
Give me a sec.
Go ahead and take a shot. You do suffer. You are, what, -3 dice?
Minus 3 dice.
Patrick is moving to try to move the skull.
You're outside the tent right now. You moved out to Jelly when Jelly was like, yeah,
Oh, I thought
this
I
is...
moved back
Yeah,
in
he
to
was
go.
heading back in.
Oh, you're
3
heading back in.
successes.
I was heading back in to move
All right,
the
3
skull.
successes. All right, and let me go back to my... Let me see what I got here for...
This game does not have coup de grace, right?
No.
Okay. But it can't defend it. It can't
So-
do anything else.
So I'm just trying to remember back because I didn't listen back to it, but when you went in and knocked him out, did you do stun damage or did you do physical
And
damage?
stun damage.
Okay, so he has all his physical boxes left.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to make a body resistance test against... I have 1, 2, I have 2. So I'm going to suffer 1 box of physical.
Oh no, I shot him.
Oh, plus what's the base value? So you shot him. What is the? I'm sorry.
So you're gonna
what's base
you're gonna
damage of
suffer
the
8 E total.
8? Mm-hmm. Okay, because you've got what 1 net success, right?
You got
Right.
3.
Okay.
No,
No, well I had
1.
2. No,
I have 1 net
Oh,
success.
I thought he was unconscious.
I'm unconscious. So it's yeah. I'm just body resistance against whatever the damage is.
Right. So body, I'll remind everyone,
Yeah.
body is never affected by the negatives.
I don't get a defense test against
Right.
your shot. So it's whatever
Right.
base damage plus your net
But
successes.
body never goes down. So if his body is 8, he always rolls 8 no matter what.
No,
he
totally.
does.
But my
But
point
what-
was-
yeah. Well, listen, what I'm saying is, what's the base damage of your weapon?
Base damage is 7.
So
plus
plus
1.
No. How many hits did you get?
3 net successes.
10. I'm resisting 10 because I get no defense against it. It's just a hit.
Oh,
I'm
got you. I
unconscious.
got you. Right.
Right. So I took 8 boxes of physical.
Oh my
All right.
god.
All right. So then I'm gonna roll another.
This is not good.
What's not good?
Oh, we were hoping he would die.
Oh.
Okay.
He's not dead. So.
He's in bad shape.
Him no be dead mean we may be dead. Don't worry.
And it doesn't by
I'll
any
go
means
at
mean
least.
I hit him. It just means
All right.
he's still
Go ahead and
life in
give me an
his body.
intuition plus willpower test because you're ripped with another spell.
Yep. And that should put me
Yeah,
on. I have
MF
1
is down.
success.
And I have 6. All right. So you go unconscious.
Now, do you want me to do bleed over or not?
You are going to suffer some bleed over. You're going to suffer 4 boxes. So go ahead and give a body resistance test against 4 physical.
I cannot see what's going on in there.
So, Patrick, as you run into the dome, you see something like you see a magical flash that rips into MF's chest and he falls back unconscious.
I say over the thing. I don't know.
And
if
you
I'm
also
gonna
see
move.
that you heard the gunshot, right? Everyone heard the gunshot.
But the mage is still unconscious when he comes in?
The mage is very unconscious and now has suffered 8
Mage is
physical
very-
damage. as
MF
well.
is out.
The shaman is near
The
death.
shaman, sorry.
The shaman is very wounded.
MF is unconscious.
And I go down.
Did you suffer any boxes physical? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you're only resisting 4.
What do you want me to
I
do?
know.
So while that was going on, I'd like to have shot 2 flares at this guy.
She shot shooting 2, which is the oh shit button for
For LT.
LT. Okay.
You don't have the flares.
Who has the flares?
They're on my back.
That's
Oh.
what we had. That's how we carried him to the mountaintop.
No one's gone to retrieve the flares out of Patrick's backpack to this point.
Not verbally, no.
No, so
But, I
so
mean-
Patrick still has them. He's right.
I'm gonna say that we were coming down to do the mission. That was part of the mission.
Nobody said I'm going to have the flares. Matter of fact, I remember you specifically saying that Patrick was carrying the flares. Yep, that's a good point.
All right.
But obviously, it wouldn't take a whole lot for you to be like, "Give me the flares, damn it!" Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Throw me the backpack.
In the bag at the top of the mountain.
No, I have the backpack on.
So
Okay, let me think for a second.
you go in.
Everybody's
right?
down.
You're
except for
outside,
me, you, and Patrick.
right? And
That's the dream team.
you hear a voice say, "Such a shame," right? And the dome collapses. Boom! Collapses on
Okay.
Patrick and MF and the mage inside. Doesn't do any damage, right? And what you see standing just a few meters outside of the, a few feet outside of the dome, is someone dressed in a circus-like costume. And go and give me a memory test.
May I also see him from my...
Turn your way down the hill.
No. I stopped when she asked if I could see anything from up here.
Okay. Give me a perception test.
Like, I stopped, and I may have been off the ridge a little bit.
I got
but
4
like,
successes.
Okay. This individual looks like the individual that you got the picture of back before you made it back to Seattle.
And that Nomad identified as Harlequin.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I only got one.
Okay. Which is enough.
Oh.
You see him. You spot a very familiar looking. Well, you see an elf dressed in circus attire with face paint, but he looks a little roughed up. But he looks vaguely familiar, and you're pretty sure that. I mean, erring on the side of caution, you're pretty sure you know who it is.
Jelly, I got an eye on a target. Wait, no, that can't be.
And I'm gonna say,
He says, "Why are you here?"
well, we are being paid a substantial amount of money, and we've been ordered to.
What use is coin?
In my personal life, there's a lot of uses for it.
This is knowledge power.
It is, absolutely.
Patrick, stand down. Stand down, Patrick. Stand down.
Patrick's down.
He's all, you should probably tell your friend on the hill to come down before he gets himself hurt.
Oh, man.
Oh, and I'm sure your friends are quite safe. I just threw the blanket over them so they'd stay warm.
Can I hear their conversation at all with my enhanced hearing? So I'm just going to start packing up my rifle and coming on.
You can give me a perception roll.
You can definitely hear my side.
Doesn't have any weapons or anything,
Oh yeah, he's just a mystical clown.
I mean, he's kind of a mystical clown, right?
Okay.
He's just a good old-fashioned.
And he's gonna.
So,
I got 3.
You can go ahead and
I'd like
3.
to
You
do-
yeah.
So I'll
you
just
hear it.
shoulder my rifle and start walking
Okay.
down
Can I
without
do a judge
sneaking.
intentions?
Well, I think is that a
God
thing?
dang
Is that a
Well,
thing?
I have the staff.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so yeah, I guess judge intentions. I forget if that was one of the things. Yeah, there's the memory test. I think there is a judge intentions.
Yeah.
I get confused with so many games that we play on a week-to-week basis. I know that's a D&D thing, but yeah, you got judge intentions, memory, and then there's one other one.
Composure.
But, composure. Yeah. So yeah, you can go ahead and you can make a judge intentions roll.
I'm assuming I just kind of get like, does this person?
Yeah,
want
judge
to jump
intentions.
right?
So it's
Intuition.
willpower and intuition. Get a read on someone's.
I got 1 success.
Okay. You're not sure how genuine he is, but he seems more, he kind of speaks in riddles a little bit, and you're really not sure.
I'm trying to remember, like, did Nomad know anything besides just the name?
You guys never really had a discussion about it.
Did we identify? We didn't. Okay.
Because
You
said
mentioned the name when
knew
you
the-
saw the picture, but you were partially out
Do we
of
ever
it.
do any legwork or like?
No.
No.
Nothing.
He says,
Bummer.
I have to regretfully inform you that I had to put your friend, the little one, to sleep because he was being quite rude to my friend.
You're friends with the shaman.
Of course.
Okay. Well,
But I try not to interrupt his business. He was on a very important task, I'm sure. But you guys have seemed to, as you said, you were paid coin, paid new yen, money, which beyond me, to come and do what exactly?
well, we've been told to take the remains that are inside of his home. But I can see you're busy with it. We're good with leaving.
Oh, well, why would you want such a thing?
Well, we didn't. It was just, as I said, kind of it was this or our lives. And
Oh, take it.
okay, that works for us.
So, but I might make you aware that. Are you sure you're ready for the consequences that might bring?
Consequences. What might those be?
He's all, sit down. I'll tell you a story. No, let's
I will
make
sit. Yeah,
let's make some tea. Is your friend there? Okay.
No.
He's all, let me take a look. Right,
Can we hear
Son
any
of
of
a
this?
bitch.
Can we hear any of this over the intercom?
Patrick, you're hearing. You're basically like you feel like you're under a blanket right
Okay.
now. Right. Yeah, you're hearing this over the intercom as you are all kind of.
So I can't move?
Yeah, you can move. Yeah, totally can. And MF's unconscious. He's going to go over and start casting a spell. He's all, the permeation of magic is a very delicate thing, but I'm pretty sure that I can make your friend feel better. As he casts a spell, and he's going to heal all of your damage, hot hands.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said he went over to
Talking to you.
him.
Right now, because you're down next
Yeah.
to Jelly. Like, oh, is your friend all right?
All right. Ow.
He says, are you okay?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but who might you be?
I'm a friend.
Well, you the one that magically whammed me back up?
Yeah, I'll take credit for that.
Well, I guess we can be friends then, and I'll reach out a hand to see if he'll pull me up.
He pulls you up.
Okay.
He looks just, does he always speak that way, or is it something that happened in the interim?
No, he's been like that. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. He's all, now, your other friend there, he'll be okay. He's just going to have to sleep it off. The big fella, though, is he going to be all right? Is he, you got that dog on a leash?
He's he's more than a dog. He's a buddy. And
He's a troll. He's a troll. I don't
Yeah.
mean any offense, just.
He's fine. He's safe. He's a.
Oh, he's no harm. Okay, because, gosh, he sure did look like he meant business when, he got his hands on Aleph.
He certainly does have a business face, but no, Patrick's stand down.
Patrick? You hear me, Patrick?
I hear you.
You should come out of there. Let's have some tea. I'm going to start a fire, and we're going to have tea.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up my shotgun, kind of dust it off, and say, "Will Jelly, did you guys kill the mage?"
No, that's our friend's friend.
Well, a friend's relative. When is a friend truly a friend? Only as long as he needs to be, or else he might be an enemy. Who knows?
There's always an end in friends.
That's right. There's an end of
Patrick's
friend.
gonna walk over and pick up that.
Well, in a tug-of-war match, who wins light over dark? What happens when the two meet?
How do I get out of here?
Just follow my voice. Come to my voice.
Okay.
Right? You slowly crawl out of this collapse of brush and brambles. It's like a thick, foliage blanket over you.
I've got MF with me.
Okay, you're dragging MF. Okay.
Yeah.
And about this time, Nomad, you're coming down the hill out of the bushes.
I'm just kind of walking down, grumbling about my odds.
He's all, well, it's nice to meet you all. He'll be okay. He's going to sleep it off. I couldn't allow him to just take life so haphazardly, especially one that was trying to do a deed of such good.
What was he working on here?
Well, he was working on the magic that's left in the bones in there. You see, I don't know if you've noticed, but we're in quite a crisis here. As he points up to the sky and the ash is falling, he's all this strange matter is not normal.
And he's trying to fix it.
Well, I don't know that he was so much trying to fix it, he was to assist in establishing some type of roadmap to success. That's what I'm gonna call it.
For who?
Well, for all of you and myself.
And yourself.
Yeah. But my world's completely different than yours. But we still live under the same sky.
Well, Hot Hands does have a tea that he prepares himself, if you'd be interested.
You like tea? I was gonna make some.
Oh yeah, I always carry a bit of my special blend if you'd like some.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
And I'll pull out.
He pulls out a bag of loose leaf tea, and he's like, "I'll share some of mine with you, and you can share some of yours with me."
Is there any soy in that?
So no, it's all natural. No, I don't like synthetics or any preservatives. It's naturally cured and dried, and yeah, it's quite nice. It's relaxing. It's calming.
Yep, mine as well, naturally cured, all organic, no magic to it. Very nice, very nice. All right, well, yeah, let's brew some tea, I guess. So I'm sorry, you healed us and we tried to kill your friend. Are you gonna try and just kill us? Is this just a nice time before you get to the job?
No, I'm not on any job. I don't take jobs. I was just merely here spectating, and I was very interested in the outcome of the ritual that my friend here was trying to complete until I guess in some perspective, so rudely interrupted him, but I'm not going to make that distinction.
And also, Nomad has completely gone off duty. He just has slumped down. He's, walked over and sat down on a log by the campfire. He's, muttering,
That's basically
just
where
wanted a
Jelly is.
payday, and now I get involved in some world-ending, immortal elf shit. And...
Yeah, Jelly's kind of like this.
Oh,
this
it's an
might as
honor,
well
sir.
happen.
Nice to meet you, Nomad. And he's just kind of very
So what does
disgruntled.
happen when Nomad
have funny
sees
names.
Harlequin?
These have funny names. So yeah, what do you have in your?
Because you recognize who this is, your character, Nomad
Yes.
knows. Okay.
Yeah, but the question is
So-
personally recognize this or historically recognize
Yeah.
You historically recognize this
Right.
individual, all right? You
But-
don't have personal recognition. You
My
don't have
point
a
is,
personal
I've
recognition.
realized that there's no longer a purpose in fighting at all, and so I've gone.
From what you know, you're like, no, we're not going to try and fight this guy,
Yeah,
right?
that's
that's
Says
the
you
point
did.
I'm trying to make.
consensus.
Yeah, you're probably not going to try.
Well, shall we bring your friend out?
Says, oh yeah, yes. Hey, I hate to bother you, right? But as easily as you brought your friend out, could you go and get mine?
Fetch the shaman.
Sure. I can do that.
His name is Aleph.
Aleph.
Aleph. No, he's quite capable. I don't know. You guys probably were given bad information about his personality. It's probably what
I
happened.
think that's very likely.
He
Although-
seemed pretty capable.
Well, you guys, I mean, according to your guys' names and how you identify each other, you guys are one of those, like, shadow running teams, the guys that, work behind the scenes kind of thing, right? I guess, you guys all have code names, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, we...
Code names.
Hot Hands, Nomad, right? Captain
Patrick.
America over here.
Yeah,
Right?
Patrick.
Patrick,
I think
Patrick, that's a little odd, yeah.
Patrick has the most, I think, plain,
For real?
secret
Right.
name.
It's almost like a better idea to have just a normal straight up name.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of
I'm
that.
Ned.
Sounds like you need a little work on the branding of your group, but but I understand. I mean, I could be off base. I don't know, but I mean, that's the thing. Somebody paid you. You do a job. You don't ask questions. You just go do the job, and then you get paid at the end of the day, barring any unforeseen obstacles that you may or may not be able to negotiate. Right? That's pretty much how those go down, right?
Yeah, it sums it
I'm
up.
gonna go sit on the log next to
No, wait a
Nomad.
minute. Big L didn't put you up to this, did he?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. To be honest, I don't think we really know who put us up to this. They were secretive.
Maybe
I'm
that's
gonna
better.
offer my future cocaine to Nomad.
He's all, well, I'm going to wait, until my friend comes out, and then we can all chat, more personably. So he starts to build a small fire, right? And he's kind of muttering to himself a little bit as he does it, but doesn't pay much attention to the rest of you, right? And he builds this small little fire. He casts a small spell and builds a little fire, and he's like, perfect, all right? And he gets this little metal, like fold up, like camping little kettle thing, little, hot plate thing, and he puts some water in it from a small little flask that he's got, and he's all, here, so this will work, and he's like, starts sprinkling some of the leaves. He's all, here, give me some of yours, right?
Yeah, and I'll
he's like,
pour
here,
out some,
we'll do a blend, right? And a calming blend.
Extra.
Hot Hands, you know that you can heal the dwarf that's down, don't you?
Yeah, I was thinking about that, and then I was waiting to kind of ask Jelly because I figured Jelly's gonna tell us what to do on this because this kind of seems like I'm getting the vibe
Jelly and Nomad
of waking up and
on
being
a
like
log snorting
something
no
feels
thanks
out
on
of
the
my
D, I'm good.
hand.
Yeah,
Like
notice what's going on with the two elves.
yeah, and so I'll say, I mean, now that there's a moment, I'll say, Jelly, you want me to wake MF up?
If our friend wouldn't mind.
Oh, I don't mind.
Okay.
He might have a little bit of
shaman
headache.
still
Slapping you
injured,
until
or
you
did he also heal shaman, or can we not see?
He has not healed the shaman yet. He's just Does Patrick go drag him out? Okay, so Patrick drags him out, and he's gonna wait. He's gonna finish making his tea, and then
All right, I'll
He
once
knows how long he's got.
And I mean, it's gonna take a few minutes for him to make the tea, and in that time, he seems very preoccupied with making the tea. He doesn't seem to pay too much attention to you.
Hey, Jelly.
Although
Should I still go get the skull?
I think we'll see where this goes first.
he's not quite heavy. Although you are a big fella, quite heavy.
I can try.
Like, what's the dimensions of this thing?
It's
8 foot by 4 foot.
Yeah, 8 foot by 4 foot. Yeah.
Okay, obviously we've said that before, and I just didn't register it. But,
It's
okay.
basically the size of, like, I don't know,
8
a
foot by 4
Volkswagen
foot,
bus.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Patrick could probably lift it. I feel like he could probably lift
Yeah.
it.
It is
dense-
bone, and it's
yeah.
not necessarily calcified,
And
so...
it's a flying creature's bone, so maybe it's hollow.
Yeah. Well,
I
maybe.
mean, I don't know. I'm just guessing about dragon physiology.
Yeah.
Dense.
It would make
That's a guess,
sense for it
yeah.
to be porous.
Bring the mage out.
Oh, okay. So you drag him out.
All right.
Yeah.
And so I go over to MF and I'll just kind of like clap my hands together, rub them. You'll see the green little sparks, and I'll be like, "All right, clear." Boom, hit you in the chest. You heal 6 bars of stun.
Nice.
Well, how many successes did you have?
6.
Okay, so I've healed back
I
up.
think that's a Morkborg thing.
So you healed Hot Hands
Yeah,
all his
so-
damage?
Boom.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
healed
walk
MF.
up to this elf man and with the mage in his arms.
Okay. So he says, okay, yes, go ahead and set him down there. I'll take care of him.
Okay.
He's all, your friend all right? Are you okay? He looks at MF.
I'm good. Jelly
Is that Ukrainian I hear?
is Russian.
Russian. Same
Is
thing.
maybe a little bit of Japanese.
Oh,
While Patrick has been carrying
Japanese.
the shaman in, Nomad and I are whispering about everything we know about immortal elves.
Okay.
And so what do we whisper about? I mean, what
Like, is
would-
Mortal Elves like mainstream enough to where?
Well,
a
Mortal
nomad
Elf would be
says-
an elf that doesn't die of old age.
Right, but I
Yeah.
mean, do we know?
I mean, are there any, like, I don't know, like coyote myths about this kind of like thing?
Yeah, do we know like myths or legends
Coyote
about
may be
Well, like-
hard.
Does a bullet
immortal
work?
princes
Right, like,
or
we
like
know about
Harlequin
Martha,
in general,
and it's
or
generally
like
known.
So you're saying, is there more of like a
common knowledge of immortal
Yeah.
elves that the average person on the street would know?
no?
No, nothing.
No.
So we're like, man, I don't know shit.
And the thing about this individual is not necessarily probably know that he's the rumor is that he's immortal.
Right, but the rumor amongst people in the street or amongst elves in the highest of courts that are far away from the streets?
And mostly in the circles of people that are higher up.
And
people on the street, they're gonna be like, "What? Immortal elf? What are you talking
what the
about?"
hell
Part
is
of this is just that Sequoia doesn't know what Jelly
So
would know.
here would be
Yeah,
something
that's
I would
what we're
throw
trying to
out
figure
there.
out.
Yeah.
The Shadownet community knows of him and talks
Right.
of him. But I want to be clear. For Hot Hands, for me, and from what I know of the background for Patrick, chances are we are not on the Shadownet. Jelly might be.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a
Nomad
character
definitely.
decision.
Yeah.
And Nomad might have been.
Nomad's like daily bread is reliant on connections on Shadowland.
So you
BBS.
definitely then
So
could.
You've read about stories. You've read stories. You've read reports of people having had run into him, things like that. Who those kinds of things.
So it's
but
not
generally,
outside
those
the
things have
realm
never
that you-
ended really
yeah.
well for
Yeah.
anyone. Right.
Dave, can I make a plea for you? To you. I was born and raised
In the tier. That was gonna be my next thing.
Do I get a memory test or anything to see if I know
Okay,
who this is?
go
Do you ever
for
get
it.
a
Thank
story?
you.
Did
I
anybody
like
ever?
it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's thematic.
I was getting to that. Was
This,
the other side of it is Hot
this
Hands.
is-
grew
does
up in
does
the
Hot
tier.
Like,
Hands
now
shit his
that I'm
britches?
sitting by the campfire with this, clown-looking elf, does something like?
Wait a minute, you're
come
not
to
sitting by
mind?
the campfire. You two are off to the side. You already said that.
We're on the log.
We're
I got
on the
4.
log by the
All right,
campfire.
got 4.
I don't know where you built the campfire.
As longer
to the
this
log.
conversation goes on, you start putting together in your head. You're like, wait a minute. I think I know who this is.
So you guys will see me, I just gave him my tea.
You know that Aaron the scribe, another very, very, very well known and high, I'm going to say ranking for lack of a better term, elf is from out of Tier Terran Gear. The two of these guys have a relationship. You read about a story that talked about this individual, this clown, this circus elf having some type of relationship with Aaron's daughter.
And Aaron is still in the ruling class in Tier Terran Gear. He's
Yeah.
actually
So that is
active
a well-known
today.
thing.
Yes, he is.
So,
Hot Hands read about it.
so
And it's kind of
if you're an elf.
If you looked it up, you could read about it. Yeah, it's pretty open knowledge. Yeah.
you'll see Hot Hands after he hands that tea, he kind of sits back on the stump, goes a little wide-eyed for a second, recognition. Take the shotgun and I pop out the shell, and I just kind of set it down. Take my hat off and I set it on the shotgun. And lean forward.
Well, tea's working, huh?
Yeah, and, saying a little prayer in his head. He's like, "Well, I don't think Jelly, you know who we're in the presence of."
That's what I'm trying to decide if Jelly would know or not. Because, Jelly thinks that elves are
You've read of someone. Are you going to say? Go give me a memory test.
If you
I
don't
wanna see,
say
this is-
something
if you think that
immediately,
you've
I'll start saying
you've
stuff.
maybe heard of this individual, he hasn't identified
See,
himself as
I
anything
wonder
other
if
than a
you
friend.
have. You are a street elf, urban elf.
And Jelly's really passionate about elves taking over the whole world.
Oh,
I
well,
mean,
then
like,
Jelly
yes,
is
you
very
can.
connected.
Oh, you would very
So-
much.
Jelly is a
Jelly,
connected elven lawyer. I
Jelly-
can't imagine her.
So give me
knowing.
a memory test.
Cause Jelly's whole thing.
And
is
now
that-
we're starting to look at how do you define your character. MF
Yeah.
would
And
not
I
have
put
known.
this into words, but Jelly believes that his end-all goal is to have elves rise to the top of the
Well,
world
then
and
he-
become the ruler.
Wow.
I
We
said
don't
that
know this.
in my interview. I said this.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I had a
but
whole
we
sheet.
don't. What I'm saying is we don't
Yeah.
know this.
Yeah, I mean, Jelly is very much like.
All right. So with your memory test, you know who this individual is.
Okay.
Furthermore, I'm going to even say, as you Barry's saying, it's a good point. As you really trying to find some things about your character's background, you know that Aaron the Scribe and Harlequin were once good friends. They had a falling out, over something, and it's rumored that he keeps Aaron's daughter as a prisoner or lover. Don't know which, but it's been a long time since you've seen reports of him actively interacting or engaging in things, or at least matters of the normal world, things that would people would hear about.
The mundane world.
The
Just
mundane
our
world.
luck that it's going to be us.
Yeah, right. And it is, yeah.
Okay, do you say anything?
I say, I am very aware of who's with us.
So I'll stand up. I'm kind of like twiddling my fingers together, and I'll say, Mr. Harlequin,
Call me Jim.
Jim.
Call me Jim. Or Buddy.
I'm really sorry. This
Love that
is
term. You've seen the trend. I mean, I love the way, nonsensical entities in movies call each other buddy, but they don't even know each other. I think it's great.
Is colloquialism. Is not actual is like Hey You, only nicer.
Yeah. I really enjoy that too in movies.
This time he's kind of steeping the leaves of the tea.
This is might be a little strange. I'm sure you get this a lot, but might I sit here? And I'll point like right next to him.
Sit down.
And I'll sit.
Of course.
I don't know if you know this already, but I was born and raised in the tier.
All right. Oh.
How
do you like it there?
You know, I really like it. I got a nice farm up there, but it's a little
Pretentious
awkward.
folk in the tier. I don't prefer them.
I'm a huge fan of yours. I've read a lot of stories, and I'm just gonna start like basically talking to him and like reminiscing on stories that he's.
MF is totally shaking his head, kind of like, oh my god, he's a fanboy.
And I'm just like, especially ones that involve fire.
And he's winding up too.
And so I'm a huge fan. Could I ask? Could you sign my gun for me? It would mean the world to me. And
Sure.
And so I'll like scramble over to my gun and I'll hand it to him and I'll pull out a pen.
Yeah. All right. You're going to sign it on the stock or on the barrel?
On the barrel, please.
I am dying to see. MF is leaning over to see
Jim.
He did. Oh my god.
What did he do?
He signed it, Jim.
And I look at that and I'll say,
He's all very nice.
I'll always remember this. Thank you so much.
Sure.
This is honestly one of the happiest days of my life.
Probably the easiest thing I've ever had to do.
Is only 5 people who will ever know what Six will ever know what signature means.
And only 2 people really matter in that equation. So thank you again, Jim.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine.
And I'll reach out a shaky hand and shake his hand one more time. Give him a.
Don't be offended if I don't shake germ thing.
I completely understand.
Okay.
Thank you. And I'm gonna turn around and go sit and just quickly like look at this thing. And
In backstory is
Jim.
For you, Jim. For you in world before. For you, Howie Mandel.
No, Howie Mandel.
Okay, it's
comedic actor. Yeah, I'm right.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
right. Short-lived. Professional life.
Yes.
ended up on like a
Was you?
host of like no, that wasn't me.
We got
No.
beef with Howie Mandel.
no, he's just a known germaphobe. That's what
Right,
that's
that's
what
where I
there
was
is.
going. Like really well known.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
Just the way he
truly
reacted.
Yeah. So, no, that didn't have anything
So
to do with
I'm
me,
gonna-
but I've been around a long time.
I'm gonna move over to Hot Hands,
Okay.
and when he stops being a fanboy, I'm gonna try and tap on the shoulder to get him back. But I don't know when that's going to be.
And he says, I have to apologize to you, Master Dwarf. That I didn't mean to take such a rude approach, with inside the dome there. I felt like I needed to, intervene.
I understand.
Yeah.
And Jelly say no kill, I no kill. Is
tell you what.
frustrating. I get how you call zap. I don't know.
Zap.
But is you hit?
I zapped you.
A little girl hit. Most people seem to pick me as pincushion for magic.
You saying I
It's
hit like a
getting
little girl?
frustrating. No, little girl punch like you,
Oh.
like him,
Oh,
like Patrick.
Well, I don't think I punch as well as him.
Trust me, I go down, you punch very
He's
well.
got hands the size of frying pans. I'm pretty sure he's better at it than I am.
I know. Take offense. Now I know who you is kind of badge of honor.
Well, now that we'll dispense with the pleasantries. I'm a friend, know that, right? You could call me Jim, you could call me Buddy. I kind of like that. I get it. I get the
My
humor.
eyebrows going
Right?
up when he says we're
Right?
friends.
But what's your story, big fella?
Now I'm gonna pull Hot Hands aside.
I mean, now that we've so graciously gotten acquainted with what's your story? Why is they've all got these grandiose covert names, these special names.
Wait a minute, you don't even know my name.
Right? Oh, I just assumed you had one too.
I mean, he's
I'm
kind of.
gonna look right at Hot Hands, motion you to walk away with me.
What's your name? Douglas?
Mine?
Yeah.
He's MF.
MF. What's that stand for?
Well, is some people think yes, but it's Misha Velikov. It's me.
Misha Villa. That's your real name.
Yes, it's me.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess. All right. So,
He's
Patrick and Misha
much like-
Velikov.
Yes,
All right.
he's much like Patrick.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So some of you guys. So maybe the 3 of you guys are like runner types, and then the 2 of you are new guys. You're new to the crew, I
Yeah,
guess.
so you would also root.
To be fair, my name is a nickname of my real name.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe my theory was completely off base. I apologize. Patrick,
Yes.
how is it that you find yourself in such unlikely company? Usually trolls don't run around with Lexies. Or maybe they do. I don't know.
I was just looking for work and just ended up here.
You like to do this work. And you're a quiet one.
Oh.
You seem
Pay me no heed. I am just but a simple elf.
definitely not taken back by your body language. You don't have to worry about that. But I'm just curious why so quiet.
As I said,
elf
I
to
can
the
relate with Patrick. I'm just here for a paycheck.
You just let me ask you a question. Whoever hired you, how much are they paying you?
Well,
We'll all look at Jelly, probably.
yeah.
So Dave, is there a point at which I can get Hot Hands, and then does Hot Hands do it? Is there a point where I can get him
Sure.
to pull away?
Yeah,
You can
And
try and
will
pull
you
him
go?
away while he's kind of focused on
Right,
Patrick
that's what I'm
and
trying
If
to
you
do.
try to pull me away,
Okay.
I'll be like, what is it? This could be important.
Jelly is that. Come.
And I like look back
You
at
start
him.
gathering everybody else.
No,
it's
I'm
gonna be
just
obvious.
trying to get him. I'm like,
gotcha.
I'm telling him Jelly is there. If there's something,
You're trying to get him to like
important,
lean
Jelly
over, or are you trying
can
to
get
get
I'm
him
trying
like?
to get him a little bit away from.
I'll go, but I'm not.
Hot Hands is kind of like, hold on, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not happy about it, and I'm gonna try and get this done as quickly as possible.
He's gone by the time you
I'll
get back.
go
You're like,
over
"No!"
there, and I'm gonna say, you need to make this quick. Harlequin's talking.
I'll answer $300,000.
Okay, he's all out. He's all here. He had you a credit stick with 300,000 on it.
Each.
That's all. Now we can just talk freely. Right? Now that the
so
business is out of the way.
For
This
the
isn't how it
record,
normally works.
I was gonna say no to this job. I really was. And then we're here, and we're trapped in. There's all these scary guys in suits.
Jelly says it's his fault.
Yeah, as we're leaving, I'll say it was kind of my fault, Mr. Harlequin. I was the one that sealed
I'll
Call me
this deal.
you.
Jim. Call me Jim.
Jim, sorry,
Jim,
I
buddy,
apologize.
sir. I was going to say no.
Don't call me sir. I
in
work
this
for a
town
living.
again.
Right.
Don't call me sir. We're-
Hot Hands.
Yeah, so I go back.
In the meantime,
Yeah, so I go.
MF pulls.
What is it? What?
Is when you look in Astro, you can see things you've seen before. If you see me and then you see me again downstream, you know it's still me. Yes.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, I mean.
You look at Pearl. Look at him.
Yep. Yep.
Pearl.
And I'll look.
Look at him. Look at him. Think Pearl. Is Pearl?
So as I turn, I'll flick on my googly eyes, and then I'll look and think of Pearl and see who I see.
So you're gonna think of Pearl.
Basically, the idea is if he's seen an astral signature,
And if you need me to make
in
it,
normal condition, he would see it again. And that does not mean because the chameleon affects that. So I mean, there's lots of ways it wouldn't work. But that's my thinking. If this is Pearl,
that's an interesting concept. Pearl could theoretically have probably been Harlequin the whole time,
right?
and that
Right, and so the part.
Well, then he would already know our names.
Right.
So why would he make a big deal about
Well, no,
knowing
the
our
bigger
names?
thing for me was the T connection. And
Yeah,
if
but
Harlequin has
T's
been
not
with
exclusive.
us the whole time, first is Pearl,
Lots of elves
this
like
changes
T.
things for us. So that's why I'm asking. That's why MF would come to that thought and ask.
Right. So you're going to give me an assensing roll.
We're gonna piss off Harlequin for looking at him with their googly eyes. We're all gonna get
Well, if he is focused in both, which he's powerful enough to be, he would see that he came on. Does he? I don't know, so I'm asking. Does he have to sense or to see?
To see his signature,
To see
yes.
the signature?
Because this
Okay.
signature is it's different.
And Nomad totally at this point feels like we're between a rock and a hard place because we got
Oh,
on one
God,
hand
yes.
Harlequin, and then on the other hand we got these guys that brought in Alejandra.
I rolled
So, like,
I rolled pretty poorly.
even if we
well,
agree to help him, it still looks really poorly on the
if you-
professional level.
Yeah, we
took a
have
job,
screwed
and then-
up our rep so many times, so badly.
Yeah.
We, like,
It's going to be
took
up
it-
to Jelly, but I think we're at the point where who gives a fuck anymore?
All you got to do is
Exactly.
just
I'm like, what are we
pay them
doing
what we're
now?
getting paid, and then we'll.
Yeah, we
we're
actually
done.
got paid this
We got
time,
paid.
so
We're done. What do you need from us, sir?
Yeah, the lesson is pay us up front, and we'll probably do the thing.
So I got 3. If you give me one
think
chip,
so.
I can get. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
take the
So
chip.
we'll use one chip, and I'm gonna change this
Re-roll
4
it
to a
up.
5.
Well, it's
Works
two.
out
No,
good.
I'm
gets
using
one.
my special or my edge and that one.
Okay.
So you see a signature there. There's an astral signature there.
Does he identify it as being Pearl? That was the real question.
So no, you don't. It's something else.
Okay.
And the general state is calm.
All right.
Powerful as shit.
Well, can't tell that with the net successes he got.
Now it's back
Didn't
to-
he have a net 4?
Well, no, I had 4. I don't know how
He had
many
a net
Dave
1.
got.
Oh, okay.
So then,
So,
I'll look,
I'm like keeping my mouth quiet, but I'm leaning.
I'll look and say it just looks like an astral signature to me.
You see, but
So it's not
you're
safe.
gonna know. You're gonna know that his signature was masked.
His signature was masked.
What does this mean?
It means there's a mask over it. I'll look at you deadpan and say that like it means I can't read past.
And then for
like,
some reason you look off to the side of me
So
and then look back
so,
at me.
so what you know of masking? Masking is where So it's only it's a meta magic trait that only initiates can have, and what it does is it hides your astral signature on the astral plane. So it makes it harder for someone to actually see you.
Okay.
So his mask is still could be put. Could be.
I mean, I'm not gonna take it from you. Yes, theoretically anything's possible.
So how do we get him to admit?
MF, do you know who this is?
Not really.
Okay.
He's elf.
I'm
and
gonna
seems to scare everyone and hurt me, so is legitimate to be scared.
This is one of probably the most dangerous beings we've come across.
Yes.
And if you want to try and trick him more...
No, I don't say trick. I say come up with a way to get him to
That
tell
sounds funny
his
for
plural.
some-
If he's plural,
Try and
if
trick
he's
him.
plural, he'll be with us whole time.
Great.
He's with us whole time. He knows everything we do.
Okay, you know what? Okay, I'm thinking of something. So
hilarious.
he's a super fan, and you know what? I'm gonna look and I'll say, well, I mean, I know one way to figure it out. And
Okay, I back you.
I'll just stand up and walk over and
What's your
say,
name, Burl?
I walk back with him.
excuse me, Jim, might I ask you one more question?
Absolutely.
This might seem strange, but have you ever... Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Have you ever met us before under the guise of an elderly woman pretending to be a spirit, pretending to be an elderly woman named Pearl? And I'm gonna look at MF and I'm gonna say, well, I mean, I guess there's your answer.
Nomad's just staring at Joey with like an embarrassed 4 hot hands look. Like, can you believe this?
You're
oh
funny.
My God.
No, I haven't. But that sounds great.
I mean, to be honest, Jim, I thought it did sound a little up your alley.
I'm glaring at hot ends like,
An elderly woman. Well, man, I mean, maybe.
Not the elderly woman in particular, but I mean the trick of it all. It sounds like a good little time. So
I like that. I mean, would you be more comfortable if I looked like an elderly woman?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
It was just a curiosity of my companion here.
Oh,
I'm kind of stony-faced, exactly
You're
like
all,
I'm sitting here looking at you.
Yeah.
He's all, well, I can have you all rest assured that, my name isn't Jim. All right? It could be friend, but most people in the world know me as Harlequin. But I don't prefer to go by that name. It carries too much. There's too much something about it. There's an air about it. Sometimes it's a dark cloud. Sometimes it's a rainbow. I don't really like either.
Like
I like
a
to float in the
cloud,
middle
right?
somewhere.
Is it like a clown?
Cloud. He say cloud. Even I can hear it.
Clown or cloud?
Clown.
Clown. Like a clown. Like, clown. Like this. Yeah, sometimes.
You said dark clown, not dark cloud?
I said dark cloud. Sometimes there's a dark cloud associated
See,
with
I say-
my name. Yeah, I said cloud. And sometimes it's a rainbow, so, I mean, sometimes I try to be the rainbow, but sometimes I'm the dark cloud. I don't know. I may be in a transitional
I
period.
think this. You pay us. It's not dark cloud. Is rainbow for us. We can pay.
Yeah, honestly, this is a pretty solid day. We didn't have to kill anybody. No,
Here's all-
none of us died.
Let's do this.
Do we still need to bring skull?
You guys probably have a lot of questions. And I might have a few questions myself. All right? Whether it be general questions or questions specific to the point of you being here. So why don't we play a game? Why don't we... I'll ask a question, or you could ask a question first, and then I'll answer that question, and then I'll get a question to ask, which you'll answer. Does that sound fair?
I remember this game from Alpha Law School.
Oh, awesome.
I pull up a stump and sit and say, yes, it makes
But,
perfect sense.
Magic's out of the ground.
He said, but in the meantime, I think, if you don't mind, I'm just going to take a moment to take care of my friend here.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I don't know. Is he a friend? I don't know. But you know what? My acquaintance.
He could be Jim.
Right.
Zach could be Jim.
Right. That's Aleph.
If he tries to harm us, should we just let you take care of that?
Oh, he'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
So he casts a spell, right? And, a few moments later, Aleph starts, oh, God. Right?
The I live with his
Right,
hands
yeah.
on.
And he's like, are you okay? And he's just like, so, watch out, these, no. And he says, and he quickly calms us, it's okay.
Patrick,
we're on the
wait.
same side now. We're okay. They knew not what they were doing. It's okay. They were paid. Obviously, they were paid. Look at them. They're paid. And he says, it's okay. Sit up, my friend. Right? And so Aleph kind of sits up and he kind of looks questioningly at you. Right? And he's all, that one. Right? I remember that one. It's grip around me, squeezing the life out of me. Not to be trusted. I think he's going to be okay. Right? Not quite sure of himself. Right?
Pedro looked down at his hands.
Right. He's big and strong, but I think we're becoming friends. All right. Well, all of you, I'd like to introduce Aleph. He's a little, he's a little taken back, considering recent events, but I'm gonna go ahead and vouch for him. All right.
I'll walk over, like stand up to reach my hand out and say, "Hi, nice to meet you, Hot Hands. Very powerful spirit you summoned. It took me right on out trying to banish that sucker."
Patrick's gonna hear that, walk over to the mage and go,
I liked the tree you made.
Yeah, I like the tree too.
It was mighty impressive.
Killed the tree. I'm not surprised.
Is it dead?
Well, I mean, it's a spirit, so technically it went back.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Where are the bones? Where are the remains? Right. And Harlequin says, "Hey, it's okay. It's okay. We got time to talk. Drink some tea." He offers him some tea, and he seems to calm down. All right.
So at this point, I am going to start looking around. It's gotten calm. It's gotten quiet.
The mood's
That's
kind of
never good for us.
Right.
So I'm looking around to the open sky and stuff, and a thought comes to my head. Jelly, when we get equipment, you get there on our time or on theirs.
Theirs.
Did Nomad check for the bugs trackers?
He did not.
No.
Can Nomad?
Well, I
check
thought we were
now?
working with these guys at the time. I had no reason to.
Yes, I understand. Can you do now?
Sure.
Well, it means take your time.
Okay.
No.
Patrick's
So-
gonna take off the backpack and hand it to Jelly.
This is the biggest bomb I've ever
Just
seen.
gonna put it down as soon as you hand it to me.
I do not fear bomb. I fear tracker. I fear somebody.
Microphone.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
a good idea now since we betrayed our client. So.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Have
honestly,
we? Have we betrayed?
Didn't they say we could have? Didn't he say we'd have the skull?
yeah, I
We should
mean,
take it.
well, but
It sounds like
he paid us.
is two birds,
But
one
that's the
stick.
question, Alif, is...
Aleph?
Pardon me. What are you doing with the bones?
Harlequin quickly says, "So we're gonna play a game.
Right.
You'll
yes.
ask a question. I'll answer. Maybe Aleph will answer.
Nomad.
Oh no,
please.
we're not
Continue.
gonna play. Well,
No,
I mean,
no, it's important.
I'm checking
It's
our
no
mystic
getting
best
interrupted.
with my.
you
bug
guys take
scanner.
your time.
Yeah.
You get your you get your
I
priorities.
just want to know how much
together.
time we have. Yeah, are we mic'd up? Are we? Are we transmitting? I mean, realistically, if we're in the blight, it's going to take some pretty high tech gear to transmit what we're saying or doing, our location.
Like you
back.
guys had to use two-way radios, to-
Right, but
We
it has
had
happened
to.
before.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We had to.
There could be some satellite, transmitter somewhere. So we're going to do the bug scan, and we're going to see if that's a concern we
What's
need to
your
have.
rating on it?
That's the thing. The bug scanner doesn't have a rating, so
So
we might have
with
to check
my
it.
comm link,
Look
I
up the
have
bug
a
scanner
bug
book.
scanner with a rating.
That should be a device rating on the bug scanner.
Yeah.
Look it up in the book.
I mean, through my comm, I have it. I don't know if that overrides how it normally doesn't have
Yeah,
one.
I'm not sure.
But the one in my head has.
I'm pretty sure if you look at the the scan, all that stuff there, it tells you how it works.
Yeah, we've done it before. But
Jim, is take moment is then done and we no sync and then we play game because game is good.
As you guys are speaking amongst yourselves, right? Harlequin is speaking in Sparethial to Aleph. So anyone that understands Sparethial,
I do.
all right? Okay. So the conversation goes, Harlequin asks, from my observations, it didn't look like you were, having an easy time with the, negotiating the obstacles at hand. And he said, no, I've been trying for days and haven't gotten very far until I was interrupted, as you can see. He says, well, they seem to be of no harm. I mean, I don't typically interfere, with these kinds of things, but considering the circumstances, I thought it prudent to make sure we were at least obligated one last conversation, if that was all we would ever have. He says, well, I appreciate that. He's all, as far as the remains go, I have not been able to manipulate the resonant magic that is within them to open the proper portal. But perhaps given an amount of time to try and recover, the area, I can start again. He says, well, let's find out what these these youngsters have to work with and see what their involvement here is and try and answer some questions and we'll see if that's an option. All right. I've already paid them for their job. They said they were on a job, so perhaps that'll alleviate some concerns. So he says, well, perhaps, but we have bigger problems at hand. I said, I know. So then they go back to kind of, so if you understood Spreatho, you understood that conversation. And they go back to waiting patiently for you as they sip on tea.
So the bug scanner is a electronics logic opposed matrix perception test. If you get any net hits, you find the device.
Matrix perception.
Yeah, so I'm figuring you're rolling based on the rating if such a device were to exist, but I'm not entirely sure. But it's electronics logic plus opposed matrix perception.
So it'll just be electronics logic.
I got 2 successes on my matrix.
Is there a device
have a
rating
bug
on the
scanner?
actual?
No.
No.
I got
So-
2 on mine also.
Dave, would this be a situation where Jelly can assist and her successes count as dice for Nomad's roll or not?
So what's the sound of the scanner?
So the device locates wireless devices within 20 meters. The scanner measures the signal strength to pinpoint its location. To operate a bug scanner, roll electronics plus logic as an opposed matrix perception test. If you get any net hits at all, you find the device.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I don't think it
So-
would make sense to assist on 2
Yeah, there's not really
devices.
assist using a scanner.
Okay, I
You just
figured I'd ask.
use it. You don't find anything in your scan.
Yeah.
So either, but you're not sure in this blight, right? You know that it's kind of dependent upon wireless signals, and wireless signals aren't working reliably
Right.
in the
If I
area. So
have-
you don't know if it's a matter of some
Right.
interference in the area or there just aren't any.
If I had wireless signal, I would get 2 free hits and not have to tie, but to tie it would beat it.
Okay.
So it's like the bug scanner operates better where there's Wi-Fi signal as
Yep.
well.
No. So either there aren't any bugs or it's not giving you the correct
Yeah.
information.
We could always just use these high explosive grenades I have, draw a string to them, step far, far away, and just blow all that shit up, too.
Kind of like this armor though.
It is very nice armor.
Is you find something or not?
Oh no, it seems clean.
Then is okay. Then we
So,
do game.
What are you guys so worried about? Is somebody coming? Is somebody after you?
Well, sire, you have essentially
Call me
bought
Jim.
us off from our previous objective, and so some of us, no names will be mentioned, may be a bit worried about what those people might think about our sudden change of direction. And again, all due respect, it is an honor.
It is a great honor.
I just don't see the need for anyone to be worried over the amount of money, how to keep your doors open or keep the roof over your head when it's something as meaningless as, simple few, creds.
Yeah, it's not the creds I'm worried about so much as
Our lives being ended.
Well, anyways, we're in life.
Collateral
only
damage
knowledgeable.
is word you look for.
thank you.
Collateral damage. Oh, well.
Yes.
All right, well, let's play a game.
Yes.
All
It's
right.
a game I like.
Would you like to go first or would you like me to?
I'm kind of interested.
I would
for
like
him
to go
first,
first.
but okay, I'm
Okay,
in.
you go first.
No,
I feel I owe it to you anyway after that incident inside.
Rules is ask.
You ask one question, I give you one answer, a truthful
Yes,
answer.
yes.
So that when
Yes.
I ask a question, you give a truthful answer. Yeah,
is,
fair?
Yes, is question about question. If I ask you, you ask me, or you ask anyone or all of us. Is 1-to-1 is to me or is to anyone?
To anyone, I'm going to ask one
Okay,
question that
is
one
good.
or more of you may be able to answer.
Okay,
truthfully.
so Jelly
Huh?
is okay. I ask because he could
see the book.
ask not me. He could ask you.
By
His
all
person.
means, MF.
Okay. So, buddy, what
Yes,
do you
yes.
know of?
Just hold on before we begin.
Yes. Okay.
He says, I'm just to keep things on an even playing field, if you don't mind, I'm gonna just sustain a small incantation that'll just keep us all truthful. Sound good?
Sure, sounds great.
I'm looking at hot hands
And I'm just like,
with like a quizzical, like, what the hell is this?
I'll say, that sounds very good. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. All right, go ahead. You first.
Okay. So, question one, at least for me, is what do you know of blight? Is everything around is dying in astral? We learned that everything has bad signature. I think is signature. What do you know of this?
Well, I can tell you that the area is dying, and it is a direct result of an interaction between the world we live in and a faraway place. My turn.
Follow up just to put
One question. No,
it's not
one question at all.
Is word. Hot hands and I know word is this. Is this world?
Word is what?
This.
This.
D-I-S.
Pardon me, Mr. Jim. D-I-S. We were told that's we went to another worldly place. It was quite awful, and that was the name of it.
Is this verb?
Oh, that would be a second question, my friend.
I guess it
So,
would.
my turn. My turn. Those are the rules.
No, it's
All
fair.
right.
It's fair.
Are you willing to forego your current contract and work for me?
Yeah, I say I like have to stop myself from saying yes.
I like a jelly.
I knew it.
Jelly, please. Jelly, please.
Say that out loud.
Yeah.
We're
I love the
open,
fan.
He kind of looks. He looks over at Nomad.
we're open to negotiating.
I'll take it, maybe. Your turn.
Do you want follow-up? Because I think follow-up is important. So, is this other place? You say is problems from other place. Is this place, or do you know of these?
I know of Dis. Commonly referred to as Dis, right? It's another plane of reality that in layman's terms, right? Magic sometimes is able to bridge a gap between our world and other worlds. Sometimes that membrane between those worlds becomes so thin that there's a tear, and sometimes those tears create collateral effects, much like what we have here.
Is portals.
All right, my turn.
I'm saying to the group.
Do you know who that is inside that pile of shrubs there?
I
know-
have guessed
You know.
from stories, from things we see and hear. Is possibly Helwin, or is possibly Hestaby, or is dragon probably?
Well,
Is what's called.
Well, it's obvious. It looks like a dragon to me. I mean, let me take another look. Right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a dragon. You know. Okay.
That didn't count as a question.
Yeah, it's a question. All right. Yeah. His question was, do you know what that is?
And those are the two that I would tell him because I can't
Okay.
remember the
All right.
third name that we might know.
And he says, I'll tell you. He gets kind of a solemn look in his eye. He gets kind of a solemn look in his eye, and he says, it has to be an I go way back. I like to think that at some point we were friends, and I'm not quite sure if that's the case anymore. And that makes me, I guess as far as, as you can tell, or as far as it means anything to anyone, makes me, I guess, sad is the word. Sad. Your question.
Wait a minute. That was no answer. I mean,
I asked you a
Sorry,
question
buddy.
if you knew what
Yes.
that was.
Yes.
Right? And you answered it might be one of these. Okay. I accept that.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
It's your turn to ask me a question.
I kind of want to know something.
Is important to know who Skull is. If he knows, is important for us. I don't know.
I'm more curious
Are we
about.
still thinking take Skull?
I'm just gonna ask
question,
you:
not him.
is there a reason that I was shown visions of Hellwind and other dragons?
Have you seen such a thing?
I have on a few occasions.
And how is that possible? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ask a question out of line. All right.
Yeah, is there a reason that I was chosen for this?
Yes.
And I look off into the distance, thinking,
Bad at questions.
damn it, and this is amazing. And then I'll sit back down.
He says, in my travels, the understanding of magic is this continual learning process,
I realize now I should have asked if you knew why. Thank you for a good lesson.
Absolutely.
Sit down.
I guess it's my turn to ask a question. He looks at Aleph. And I guess I would like to know if, since you've taken all this risk to come this far and engage in, obviously something you probably clearly have a minimal understanding about, and that's no slight upon you all.
It's factual.
Would you be willing to continue to risk your lives to help remedy what has happened?
If you're sending me on a quest, yes, I will. I would. That would be very interesting.
Are we getting paid?
I like him.
Yeah. Yes. Are we getting paid?
That is the question.
I will say yes.
Stop.
I'm going to stop talking now. I'm sorry.
My turn. Right?
Oh shit! That was good, Dave. Damn it, Patrick. That's your fault.
It's not my fault.
That was another well-learned lesson. Jelly, I will be quiet now.
Sometimes it's important to listen. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth. We must listen twice as much as we speak.
Yes.
I'm not like I once was. I wish I could say that. I definitely need someone that is not necessarily capable, but is willing to take a risk greater than one could possibly imagine. And I don't know if that's something that you guys are cut out for, right? But I can tell you that in order to do so, it might take you to a faraway place that isn't like this, a place where I can't guarantee you safe passage back. Are you prepared to take that risk?
I'm looking right at Jelly.
So am I.
We need more
He
information.
looks at
first.
Jelly.
We need a lot more information.
Why do they all look at you?
Probably because I dish out the checks.
Oh,
So it's 2 questions. So I'd like to ask 2 as well.
forgive me. Go ahead.
If we go to this other place, how do we return to our home?
I can't guarantee you that you'd be able to. I'm not saying that's not possible, but I can't guarantee that what you encounter on the other side will allow you to. That will be dependent upon you all.
Jelly, may I suggest a question to ask is, who do we work for? Because I asked you this, and we know Lou's question and he jumped back. But he has a question to consider. Who do we work for? Obviously he knows.
They look to me for guidance, but ultimately we do work for ourselves. And I cannot guarantee that all of the members of this group are willing to take this risk.
And everybody looks at Nomad.
Fair enough.
I prefer to fly under the radar. I mean, you joined the team at a great time, Patrick. I mean, take some job for Harlequin, go to God knows where, suicide mission. I mean,
You were once just
why
a
not?
free agent cruising down the highways of Cal Free State, and then you met
The
us.
good times, yes, before you guys.
You bring up this great
I just got into bar fights.
this
Quest
traveling
sounds so formal.
job then. Would you have asked any Shadowrunning team that came here?
Not at all. Oh, they came here? Yeah, not at all. Not at all. Oh, that's a question. I'm sorry. Right, not at all.
It's mine too.
Oh, okay. They're grieving, right? Yeah, they're grieving. It's my turn. Let me speak freely, all right? Because I wouldn't. It's a great point. I wouldn't ask just anyone. But you seem to be very capable, and the way you dealt with Aleph here, no offense to you, right, as he looks at Aleph, he's all, and something brought you, and I don't think it was just the mere opportunity to make a quick buck.
All of us look at each other like, yeah.
He's all, imagine your homes in a world like this. Your children, your friends, everything that you know surrounded in a world like this. At some point, money ceases to have any value, and the mere presence or absence of life takes over, all right? What's it worth to you if you could play a part in maybe reversing the effects of what's happened, or helping discover what might be able to be done about what has taken place here? But is California just the start? Where will it go next?
These are questions, but ask us, so there's no count against. Yes.
Where we'll go next.
To be honest, I kind of, once this whole thing happened, kind of just assumed someone greater than I would kind of like fix it. Like, I don't know, some higher up mages or something. I assumed they would fix it.
That is a great point.
I assumed that, but then again, what better way to make money and make sure that we're set for life than to save the world? And I look over at Harlequin and like wink, like really like obvious to everybody else. I'm
Kind of smiles.
yeah.
Big grin.
I say, if we save the world, that's the amount of money we can get.
I think that's really naive of you to say. I don't think it would do anything except for probably get most of us killed. This seems like a thankless job.
Okay, let me say it another way. Let me draw the line in the sand, right? He reaches into his coat and he pulls out several crit sticks and he lays them on the ground, and he says, "Life's like a, has options, right? You have options in life, right? Option A, you could take the money and build a life for yourself, and barring anything unnatural happening, who does say anything unnatural may ever happen?" He kind of looks around. You live a normal, maybe whatever normal means, or a bountiful life. It's all there on the ground is 5 million new yen. You can take it and walk out of here
I'm not looking at Jelly
if you
anymore.
want. Take it and walk out of here. But what you'll always wonder is if your days are numbered.
I'm gonna stand up. This is a big speech time. Not officially. No edges are being spent.
You don't want to hear option B.
I think that you misunderstand why we're here.
Oh, okay.
I don't think any of us are here on this particular job for the money.
Oh, you're
I
not?
think that we're here because it was this, or we were most likely going to be killed.
Ask question. See if he answers out of turn.
Speak freely. Go ahead. It's okay. I like games. I love games. But, you know,
There's no
I
game
think we're
right
getting to
now.
the heart of the matter here.
We're here to stay alive, and I think
Okay.
that above all, that's the main drive for a lot of people, is to just keep going. I don't want the whole world to turn into this, and I certainly don't want my people to have to live in a world that looks like this. We've had experiences with who I think are from the other place, the place from the other side of the membrane,
Okay.
and some of our people here have gone through that. I'm willing to do what I can to stop that from happening to our world.
Why?
Because I don't want to die. At least not my legacy, my people.
So when I offered to pay your job's payout, why did you accept it and take it?
Honestly, I didn't think we'd be making it out of here anyways.
So
I'd
then-
take the credit out of my pocket and put it on the ground.
How would you be able to spend it?
I wasn't planning on. I originally thought that you were just going to kill us.
Oh, no, never crossed my mind. No.
I'm sensing that now.
No.
So we do this. What does it look like?
Well, let me tell you what I know. All right? He's all last chance. He reaches towards the cred sticks. He looks at all of you.
I look at Jelly.
If you want out, it's time.
I grab the hat off my shotgun, put it on my head, grab the shotgun, rack a shell, and then...
Grab the cred sticks and run.
Yeah. Grab the fuckers, blam!
I'm going to look at Patrick and I'm going to say it is 100% okay for you to take a stick and go.
All the cred sticks in the world are meaningless if you're dead. You can't spin them if you're dead.
If world goes like this, is not worth living.
And if you want something else, Patrick, to be honest, I really just want to kill as many sons of bitches from that other side as I can. It's a god-awful hellscape, so if you want to fight some creatures of an eldritch nature, this is going to be a way to do it.
Now, we'll interrupt and say, I don't have the answers to probably all the questions you're going to ask.
Yeah, that would be too easy.
I know some things. I've learned some things, and I've encountered some things. And I can tell you what I know. And that's worth something.
The two questions I still have.
Ask your questions.
Question 1. Whose skull is this?
That belongs to the late Ghostwalker.
Oh, alright. Everybody who was placing bets on Ghostwalker.
Another,
It is a sad state of affairs to see such a thing happen.
another is pretty important for the future. Is you know who I know from thing you say. Who do we work for?
I have no idea who you work for. I thought you'd be able to tell me.
Should never took this job.
Why?
I just feel like, if this fate is of such importance, it could have gone to much more qualified teams than ours.
It could have, but for some reason, you're the ones that are here.
We haven't had the best of luck in recent history.
We
Oh.
have succeed at everything. In end, we know have nothing, but we succeed in all things so far.
Look, Nomad, every plan before now, we never did any plan and we succeeded. This one, we planned the hell out of it and still went to shit. So by the way I'm looking at it, let's just go for it.
I say,
In our defense, I
have.
think we succeeded. We just didn't plan for him to be here.
Yeah, I
It's
guess
true.
that's true. That's true. Honestly, good work also. Maybe planning is better, so now we'll be able to tackle it better in the future.
Planning is better.
I
sing-
think we're a
I sing
fantastic
this.
team.
I sing this, and I'm going to stand up and walk towards the cred sticks.
Okay.
I'm going to put my hand down and slide them all over towards Nomad. Open-handed, so it doesn't look like I'm going to grab them. I sing this. I have respect for you. I no have any negative, how you say, negative feelings. I don't know term.
Beef.
Is what?
Beef.
Beef. I have. Yeah, I mean, I definitely have no beef. Is no. I maintain the respect. You take these and go. You no take these. I think be better with you, with us. You have knowledge. None of us have.
I would love to take that offer in that.
Oh, by the way, when I pushed them over there, I
really
take my
would.
hand off and step away from them.
Okay.
But like I said before, it's pointless to be rich if you're dead. But second off, this is not my first team. This is not even my second team. And honestly, I would hate to see what happened to them happen again here. So if you guys are going to go walking into the gates of hell, then I'm going to be covering you, because I'm not going to walk away from this and go get shot up by whoever drug in Alejandra.
Hold on. Is good point. I ask Jim.
Yes.
Are we going to gates of hell?
Well, I don't think so.
Probably metaphor.
But maybe, but maybe not. I'm not quite sure.
If that is 100%,
Hold on. I'll take a thought. Yeah, I'm really not sure, but maybe. But I'm not sure.
Okay. If that is 100%, I still in.
I've never been there.
But I still follow. Jelly, you lead.
Patrick's gonna walk up.
I will stay and fight. If I left now, there hasn't been a lot, in fact nothing, that I could not be able to stop with my fists.
Alf goes, isn't that true?
But I don't think I could stop this alone. If I left and something happened to my mother, and I knew that I could be here with you to help stop this, it would ruin me. So I'll stay.
Go put my hand up, way up on his shoulder. That was beautiful to see a single tear.
So
He looks at Jelly.
Tell us about the job.
Let me tell you about the Alcara, and that's where we'll stop.
What? Say that again? How do you-
He said, let me tell you about the Alcara.
thank you for joining us on another NCRP Productions podcast. We couldn't do this without you, so please like and subscribe everywhere we're found, including YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Google, Apple, Spotify, and other great podcast sites. If you'd like to help us continue making more content, we'd love to have your support on our Patreon. And if you have any feedback for us, please feel free to comment on our podcasts or email us directly at ncrpproductions@gmail.com. That's ncrpproductions@gmail.com. And we'd like to give a special shout out to our current patrons, MD Parker 4, Chef Francis, Crowman 76, Loading Madcat, M. Coling, November Stevenson, Baron Ikanu, and Rosix 13. Thank you all. We truly, truly appreciate it.